Hey, what's good everyone, Verify here, and today we are taking a quick look at your post-throw tech options with Sakura. Now, throw techs themselves leave most characters at a range where their best pokes won't hit. This, however, hasn't stopped every Ryu ever from hitting stand, heavy kick or fierce every single time. But it's not all just crush counters and death, there are things you can do. Really, you can separate the options after a throw tech into two major categories, starting with moves that will hit if the opponent is simply holding back. These are important because most of the time this is the safest thing your opponent and yourself can do. Sakura's stand hard kick is something you'll see a lot of people use, but realistically the chances of you getting any kind of useful pressure out of this is really low. Instead, EX Fireball will leave her at plus, meaning she can walk into her stand light kick range and start applying some pressure. With a V-trigger cancel, she can even get a dash up into a full throw or frame trap or whatever you want to do. You get the full mix up. These options have risk though. As we said before, people love pressing buttons after a tech, and that brings us to our second category, counter pokes. It took far too long and still needs a bit of work, but I went through testing every common option after a tech with every character and seeing what beats those options. This might seem like a lot of effort for a little reward, but actually the results are pretty simple versus most of the cast. For example, versus Vega, all of his major normals are beaten out by stand light kick, which, as you know, can be buffered into a Shoryu. Of course, he can delay his buttons and change the timing, but this is just how typical mind games go. What you're doing is narrowing down his options and making him hesitate, allowing you to do more risky mix-ups. Or just simply go back with the, EX Fireball or stand roundhouse. Most of the time, your main buttons versus most characters will either be stand light kick, crouch medium kick, or stand medium kick. Now, you might be scared of buffering the first two buttons into a Shoryuken, but anyone with an average or slow walk speed can't actually walk into the range where they would block the normal and punish you for buffering, meaning their defensive options are slightly more limited than most people. If they can walk into range, there's no problem with cancelling into an EX Fireball. This is pretty safe, and on counter hit, even with the stand light kick, you are going to get a combo. If you want to see what beats what for every character, below in the description or on my Twitter, you'll find a link to a Google document that lists absolutely everything out. One thing to consider is this is all done on the idea that you are pressing buttons as quick as possible. This isn't groundbreaking tech, but for me, it was a situation where I kept getting hit or just losing momentum. So it was worth just sitting down, figuring out all of the options versus all the characters, just seeing kind of what sticks, where the risk reward actually was for me pressing a button after tech. Should I just be holding back, or should I be trying to challenge? If there's any problems with the document or something doesn't make sense, feel free to give me a shout. I'm about. Standard modes of communication do work with me. And yeah, I hope it's a useful document for the Sakura players out there that don't like getting fucking beaten by Ryus. Enjoy.